Lesson to starting Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver allows users to preview websites natively in the preview pane or in locally installed web browsers. It provides transfer and synchronization features, the ability to find and replace lines of text or code by search terms and regular expressions across the entire site, and a templating feature that allows single source update of shared code and layout across entire sites without server-side includes or scripting. Dreamweaver environment. When you start the Dreamweaver for the first time, you are asked to choose how you want your workspace to appear. You can choose from the designer, the WYSIWYG, which means what you see is what you get interface, which displays the page you are working on just like it would be in a web browser. This style is more appropriate for beginners to web designs who are working on basic HTML pages. The coder style is the style that shows the page you are working on as an editable text document, which is appropriate for experienced coders. In this opening screen you can open pages you have recently edited. Simply click the file name of the page you want to open. Create a new page in one of the 7 formats. Simple. Click the type of page you want to create, from basic HTML to CSS cascading style sheet. Create a new Dreamweaver site or create a new page based on Dreamweaver's built-in samples. Document window. The white open area in the middle of the workspace is the document window, which is where you work on new and/or opened pages. If you use the Designer interface in Designer View, you will see your page as it will display in a web browser. Design View. This is the graphical view of your document. You can select this view choosing the View menu and then the Design Code view. This view shows the HTML code of your document. You can select this view by choosing View menu and then Code. Split View. This is a screen view which is divided into two, the Code and Design windows. You can select this view by choosing the View menu, the Code, and then Design. Insert Bar. The Insert Bar, which is seen at the right top of the screen, has 8 subcategories, each with a different set of icons which signifies the Dreamweaver features. To access the sub-features, click the small arrow to the right of the name to access the drop-down list to switch from displaying the buttons on one subcategory to show the buttons for another. The available options are: the Common category lets you create and insert the most commonly used objects, such as images and tables. The Layout category lets you insert tables, divided tags, frames, and sprite widgets. You can also choose two views for tables, standard and expanded tables. The Forms category contains buttons for creating forms and inserting form elements, including sprite validation widgets. The Data category lets you insert sprite data objects as well as other dynamic elements like record sets, repeated regions, and record insertion and update forms. The Sprite category contains buttons for building sprite pages, including sprite data objects and widgets. The Text category lets you insert a variety of text and list formatting tags, such as B, M, P, H1, and all. The Favorites category lets you group and organize the insert bar buttons you use the most in one common place. Properties Inspector. The Properties Inspector is placed at the bottom of the page. If you prefer a different location within your workplace, like at the top of the screen, you can drag it there, and it will walk into that place. It displays the properties of a selected element on the page. A property is a characteristic of HTML, such as the image alignment or the size of a frame, which you can assign to an element on your web page. If you know HTML, you will recognize this as HTML attribute. Docking panels. The docking panels are located at the right of the work area, although you can easily move them anywhere on the Dreamweaver workspace. The docking panels display a variety of important features. Files panel. The Files panel lists all the folders and files in a website and helps you manage the structure and organization of the site. You can move files in and out of folders and create new folders. You can also automatically adjust any related links. Assets panel. The Assets panel shows a list of all the images, colors, external links, multimedia files, scripts, templates, and library items in the website. You can add items, such as a graphic, to a web page by dragging the element into the work area. CSS panel. The Cascading Style Sheets panel includes layers and CSS styles panels. The CSS styles are similar to style sheets used in word processing and desktop publishing programs, such as Microsoft Word. If you define the style and name it, the style will then be included in the CSS style panel. Tag panel. The Tag panel provides access to attributes and behaviors. Behaviors are scripts which are usually written in JavaScript. They can be applied to objects to add interactivity to your web page. Essentially, a behavior is made up of a specified event that, when triggered, causes an action. History panel. The History panel keeps track of all the actions you take. You can use the History panel to undo multiple steps at once, to replay steps you performed, and to automate tasks. The Dreamweaver automatically records the last 50 steps. Application panel. This panel includes the database, bindings, server behaviors, and components panels. Frames panel. If you create the site design that uses frames, a set of HTML tags that enables you to divide a screen into sections made up of separate pages, you will use the Frames panel to manage the different pages on the screen. Creating a new web page. Every website begins with a single page. The people who will first view your web page are greeted by the front page or home page of your site, and this is your best place to start building. The Dreamweaver makes the building of a home page easy. When the program opens, you will see the start screen with shortcuts to many handy features for creating new pages. You can just click on the HTML under Create New of the opening screen. If the opening screen does not show once you open the program, you can click on the File menu and then you select the basic page under Category and then HTML. Click on Create to begin working on the web page. You will then move to the Design view. It would be best to save your document by clicking on File, then Save, and then type in the name of your web page. If you do not save your web page, you will be prompted later, and this will cause a delay in designing. We now need to prepare the page properties of your page. To access the Page Properties dialog box, Click on the Modify menu and select Page Properties. There are div categories where you can set up your web page. In the Appearance category, you can set up the font type, style, size, and color. You can also format the background color, background image, and the margin. In the Links category, you can set the font color, size type, and style of your links. You can also set the headings as they would appear on your web page. Click on the Look and pull-down menu to look for the picture you would like to use in your web page. Let us use the pictures in the Sample Pictures inside Windows. If the file is outside the root folder and when you begin using Dreamweaver by initializing a root folder, the program will prompt you to copy the file to the root folder. Click on Yes. In the Copy File As dialog box, select the file and click on Save. Once you go back to the Page Properties dialog box, click on the Apply button and the OK. This would be the output. Points to remember: be sure to add a page title to each of your pages. You may include a page title by changing the text in the title box on the document toolbar. As the default, Dreamweaver inserts the words Untitled Page into the title box, but you can replace the text at any time. The page title may not appear in the body of your web page, but it is important because it appears at the top of the browser window, usually just at the right of the browser. This text will appear in a user's list of favorites or bookmarks when that user bookmarks is in your site.